This video has been brought to you guys by Two Cheap Cars, so let's jump right in.
Okay, so there's a saying that goes like, couldn't throw a rock in the ocean? Just think about it. It's basically a reference to whenever you have a bad shooting game. I suck at explanations, let Kevin Durant explain. DeAndre, without Chris Paul, I am the most useless basketball player in the NBA. Jordan takes this saying to a whole new level. By the way, that's his actual middle name. Search it up. Anyways, basically imagine this. If we had a basketball in our hands and all the air and oxygen that surrounds us was the basketball hoop, DeAndre would still miss every fucking jump shot he takes. Think about that one for a while. Yeah, I love when younger kids see some player at the YMCA dunking like crazy and wonder why he's not in the NBA. Like, there's no other component to basketball outside of dunking. I explained to them that, hey, there's more to basketball than that. Well, it turns out I've been a total dumbass for the past 9 years since the day DeAndre got drafted. Because with him surviving in the NBA for that long, apparently all you do need to know is how to dunk. Aside from defense, that is relatively overrated. If you can name me one thing DeAndre offers on a basketball court, other than losing you the game simply by a virtue of low IQ, you deserve some sort of an award. Oh, and he seriously lost them the game here. Look at the score, last possession. Chris Paul misses the layup, the rebound goes directly to DJ, begging for him to win the game, and he just stands there. Anyways, I mean, do I really need to pull up the stats here? Why not? 12 points, 13 rebounds, and this might actually seem almost impressive because I literally just made DeAndre sound like the worst player to ever step foot on a court. But it's not impressive. Not at all. The 12 points should basically be added to Chris Paul's overall scoring average, bumping him up to 30 ppg. And the rebound totals are simply because he's always the tallest player on the court and doesn't have to share them with Blake, who's injured just about every other day. And now, I'd like to talk about the Bill Russell comparison Doc Rivers thought would be a good idea to make. You've literally compared a player who's in the top 50 echelon of NBA talent to a player who's arguably in the bottom 50 echelon.
I would kick your ass.
You giving your son substantial minutes on an NBA floor, even though he should have never got past college, is a good indicator of your talent awareness. So a lot of people thought the Jimmy Butler trade to Minnesota was a good move because he's a great player, good leader. I mean, I agree with that. It's true. But the real reason it was a good trade is because maybe he can teach Andrew Wiggins how to play a fucking lick of defense. I'm talking like 1 percentile of defense. You see, when I call players overrated, that doesn't mean they're bad. That just means they're, well, overrated. Look, Andrew Wiggins was touted to be the next Kobe. I hallucinate often, but this I'm sure of. He was put all the way up in that class before even playing an NBA game. And to some, he's a borderline all-star. He's not even close. This is kind of the opposite of Ben Simmons, right? Simmons will literally not take a jump shot he has no confidence in making. That's why he takes so little. Wiggins will literally take every jump shot that has ever existed. He will somehow manage to go back into Kobe's career timeline and take some of his jumpers for him. To pull up stats, he averages 20 points per game and 2 assists for his career. If he passed the ball just a little more, just a tiny bit more, Minnesota would have been a better team. But more importantly, he'd average exactly 2.2 assists, allowing me to do what I do best.
Just wait till I come back. It's on!
But seriously, his scoring is impressive until you realize he's giving up the exact same, if not double, the amount of points on the other end, depending on who he's guarding. Also, it has a lot to do with him being able to just put up a lot of points on a bad team. And that's it. There's nothing else that's impressive about his game.
That is the end of this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. There should be a new one up soon, so make sure to tune in.